back. To another episode of That's So You. I believe this is episode 39 or 40. It's Mrs. You here, and as you can see, I am joined by Little Miss. She's not in school because she's currently having to isolate. There was a case of Rona in her year group bubble, so all the children in that year group have to take 14 days off school. She's now on day 9, I believe, so she'll be going back to school very soon. So yes, she's just here with me. She's been doing her where are you off to? She's been doing her remote learning, so she's done most of it for today. So as you can see now, she's gone off and she's located one of the devices, which suits me just fine. So what do we have for you today? I've got a finished object, I have 2 works in progress, and just some plans relating to design, and also a bit of good news as well. Starting off with one of my whips. This is it Beveley or Beveley cowl and cap. Again, I've forgotten the designer's name. I'll put it up there. I'm still within the cuff section, but I've worked more of, not the cuff, the brim section, but I've worked more of the cables. This is that's 3 repeats. I had planned to try and work 2 repeats each day, but yesterday I didn't work on this, and the same for Sunday. I didn't do it. I think the last time I worked on this was Saturday. So yeah, I need to get a bit more work done on this, but it's going well. I haven't memorized this cable at all, but I'm working from the chart itself, but I remember what each of the chart symbols mean in terms of the cabling, so that's good. So in that sense it moves quickly, but because I have to look at the chart, it's not something I can just work off unless I have my phone or laptop in order to reference the pattern itself. So far so good. I'm liking the way the cable is working up there, and the yarn I'm using for this is 3rd Volt Yarns Caroline DK. On the colorway is Song of the Earth, Song of Blood. And someone in the previous episode, I believe it was, or the one before that, commented to let me know what the reference was from the for the name for the colorway. So I'll put that on the screen once I've checked that again. So yeah, I am liking how this is going, and I look forward to finishing it. The next whip I have is one that I cast on, what was it, Sunday. Thank you for that. I cast this on, let the colour come back again. Okay, I cast this on Sunday. It is a pair of socks for Little Miss. I've only ever made 1 pair of socks for her, and they are now too small. She asked me to make her another set, and she chose this shade, which I was slightly surprised about. She's not very much of a girly girl, but the last time she spoke about this, she went for a completely different color, which was more of a girly color. But now she has chosen this, which is Rosie's Moments in the Darkside colorway, and this is what I've done so far. I'm just still on the first sock, and it's just the toe. I had to start this and then go back and undo some of the stitches, because initially I was going to do it as a cabled pattern on the foot, but that wasn't showing up so much because of the colorway. Then I was going to do more of a lace stitch, and again it still wasn't showing through as much as I liked, so I decided to just keep it as a basic vanilla sock. And then I will make another pair for her using a lighter, either most likely a solid colorway, and then I will do something either with a lace or cabled motif on it. So that's all I've done so far. Yes, was it Sunday or Monday? I think it was yesterday. Today's Tuesday, by the way. Yes, I think it was yesterday. I posted on Instagram about this sock and I mentioned her reasons for picking it. I realized on Sunday as I was working this why she chose this, and it's to do with her favorite film. And her favorite film is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. And black and red are the colors of Miles Morales, who is the Spider-Man in that universe. And these are kind of like the colors that he wears. So I established that this is the reason why, and she confirmed it as well, that it is because it's the same as Miles Morales' Spider-Man suit. So that's the reason. So it makes sense now that I know why she went for that particular shade. My final whip is the one I've had on the needles for the longest, but I'm now finally making a bit of a dent in it. It's the Pavement Sweater by Vera Valiamaki. This has been, I've been on Sleeve Island for such a long time with this. The reason why is because the needles I had been using previously were Knit Pro Zings, where one side is the it's the circular needles, and one tip is shorter than the other one. I just found it difficult to work with, and also the finish on the needles meant it didn't have a smooth, the surface of the needle wasn't smooth, so it meant the stitches couldn't just glide across, and because of the length of the needles, it meant that this join section was quite thick, so it was difficult getting the stitches over that point and just working in a nice smooth fashion. So I've gone back to working magic loop, and what I've done to make things even easier is to use this needle, which is what size? This is 1 or 2 sizes smaller than this one. So this is a 4.5 and this is a 3.5. So because I'm working in the round, I'm only working in one direction. So it's a lot easier to push the stitches onto here and work in the round. The only annoying thing is once I get to the end of this bit, I then have to turn around and push the needles through and everything. So that's why I wanted to just work on the 10-inch circulars, but those ones just it's not happening, so I'm just gonna have to stick with this. And I haven't done too badly. I started work again on this on
Sunday.
Thank you, on Sunday. On Sunday, and on Sunday evening I believe I worked about that much, which isn't bad because I didn't spend a whole lot of time working on it. I cast on that and then added a few rows on this. So I think, yeah, so if I do a bit every evening, at some point I will get this done. So one sleeve sort of on the way and another sleeve to go. So this is what I've got so far in terms of the whole thing. The yarn is again 3rd Volt yarns, and it is on the Librarian sock base, and the colorway is One Single Tribe, which is a Black Panther reference. So once I'm done with this, I'll be able to then cast on for the next cardigan I want to work on. I've already decided on what I'm going to make and the yarn I'm going to use. I just need to do a swatch for that. So I might get started on that before I finish on this, because that's something that I really do need. Okay, so finished objects now. So the only finished object I have is the Frozen Pond Cowl by Fatimah Hinds. She is Disturbing the Fleece on Instagram. I finished this about a week or so ago.
100,000 years ago.
100,000 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. I finished it 100,000 years ago apparently, and this is what it looks like now that it's finished. I just love the difference between the two textures and how the colors on the yarn work between the two textures. So you have this moss stitch section here, and then the stocking stitch section there, and the look of this cowl changes depending on how you wear it. So you can either wear it like this way, so it looks like you've got this diagonal stripe there, or you can wear it like this, and then it looks more, depending on whether you wear it forward or backwards, you have this diagonal either going this way or going that, or going, you have the diagonal going up like this or going down like this, depending on how you wear it. So I really like the contrast, not in the in the stitches, and how that affects these particular colors. And this again is 3rd Volt yarns on the Caroline DK base, and the colorway is Palasite. Okay, so that's the only finished object I have. What am I about to do next? Okay, I'll talk about what one of the designs I have planned. This is going to be a shawl pattern, and the yarn I've chosen are these. These two are All You Knit Is Love, which is a store in Spain. I picked this up when we went on holiday there. The store is based in Barcelona, and this is from Mothi and the Squid, and the colorway is Frozen Earth. This is a superwash Blueface Leicester and nylon blend, and this is a cashmere and merino blend. So I thought these two would look great. These three will look great together. And it's going a bit dark now. Because of where we went on holiday and the colors, I'm thinking a sort of sea, oceany type of theme in terms of how I work the colors and the stitches that are used. I'm just at the moment thinking of different stitches that could be used, and trying to do that in a way which doesn't mean you end up working more than 2 colors on the same row. So other ideas I've thought of have meant that there'll be times when you're having to work all 3 shades on the same row, which is what I don't want to do. So if I'm just still, tinkering with things in my head. So once I've come up with some sort of idea, I'll then do a swatch for it and then get started on making the actual pattern. So, yeah. So other news. Today the past couple of days, I've been working on the stitch markers that will be going in the store. I spoke about these in the last episode. I did some today. There was some that didn't come out quite right because when I put them in the oven, the surface I put them on kind of affected the base of them, and I tried different surfaces and each one had some kind of issue. So now I've realized the best surface to use for that. So I started on some, the ones I did, I then experimented with whether or not to actually have the resin on both sides or just one. So I've decided now to keep the resin on both sides. So they're looking good, the test ones that I did. So after this, I will then put resin and cure the rest of them. And then later this week work on the polymer clay stitch markers that I'm going to do as well. Right, and then all of them will be going into the shop. Now they're not going to go on the Etsy shop, they're not going to go on the Folksy shop, they're going to go on my very own website. This is something I've been working towards for a while. It would have happened a few months ago, but at the time I wasn't able to, I wasn't in a position to be able to do so. And there was the option of going for the monthly payments, but I later discovered that doing it that way meant you didn't get a lot of the other services that were provided, and it also meant things would be a whole lot more expensive, especially at the end of the year when certain prices would go up. I've now discovered a way, through research, another site to use in terms of website building, so that's what I've been working on. So I'm aiming for either Monday or the end of next week for things to launch fully. So everything I'm doing now is just towards that. I'm currently adding my patterns onto the site. I'm just gradually tweaking things. I think I've got the look set, just gradually tweaking things, adding the patterns on, and then once these stitch markers are done, I'll add those on and also transfer the ones from the other stitch markers I have on the Etsy and Folksy store. I'll transfer those over as well. So then I think it'll be a lot better just having one base for everything. I might still have, I'm not sure if I'll keep the other two open for the patterns at least. I'll see how that goes, but definitely Ravelry will still be available for my patterns and Love Crafts, and I've started on PayHip as well. I'm not sure if I've actually added a pattern on there. I think I just set things up. So yeah, I'm just trying to, in terms of the stitch markers, I think I prefer having everything in one place, but then patterns, they can just be all over. Yeah, so that's the news I wanted to share with you, the fact that I am setting up my own website. So do look out for that when it's ready. I'll of course let you know when it's ready, and pop by to pick yourself up a goodie, and everything will be ready just in time for Christmas shopping and gifts and the such. I think that's it. Hasn't been much of a long episode today. Nothing else to really share. Oh, before I go, I will show off my earrings. I showed you the other pair I got last week. So this one I got at the same time as that. It says black, no sugar, no cream. And this was from the Afrotude. They have a Facebook store, but they also will be in the process of launching their own website. So if you are interested in statement earrings, especially those that have more of an Afrocentric theme, do look out for those, or check them out on Facebook, or when they get their website set up. Anything you want to add? No? Okay. So I hope you have... Oh, before I go, if you are a returning viewer, thank you. I should really say this at the beginning, and I sometimes forget. But if you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for joining me today. If you are a new viewer, I hope you have enjoyed what you have seen and that you do come back. Please do check out the other videos I have on offer, the tutorials, the recipe videos, and also previous podcasts. Do check out the information thingy there that linked to another video, and come back again. You can find me, as I showed before, up here somewhere, on Instagram and on Ravelry if you are able to use Ravelry. Yeah, so I'll see you for the next episode.